What's going on, everybody? This is Scott Hulett, owner of House of Heat Pro Wrestling, and you guys are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
On a beautiful Sunday evening. He says beautiful just as dark gray clouds roll in and the bottom falls out. I'm not kidding. Just before I go on the air, sun is out, birds are chirping, gentle breeze flowing, the humidity's only 28% sure. And then lo and behold, I walk outside between the breaks of set 1 and set 2, and lo and behold, it's the Great Wall of Water, and I'm not even referring to the rain. The humidity shot up to something like 247% in the course of 30 minutes. Wow, welcome to Alabama weather, kids. And for those in the home market of Birmingham, no, I'm still not wearing suspenders. I'm leaving that gym span. Love you, James. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside on a beautiful Sunday night. I'll still say beautiful. Beautiful inside the studio, yes. Outside the studio, not so much. Fast Eddie Layne over here, welcoming back, first time in a while for one of our new best friends, courtesy of House of Heat Pro Wrestling. Scott Hulett, how the hell are you?
Doing phenomenal, brother. It's beautiful here. It is sunshine, which makes up for the last couple of days of absolute torrential downpour and chaos that we have had here, but we're going to be returning to that on Tuesday, so enjoy it while I can.
Exactly. I mean, I am that close to where it's like, do I want to find a way to sneak down to the Gulf Coast for a couple of days on Tuesday and Wednesday? And then I look at the forecast. Oh, crap, not again. So I'll just go back to the all-you-can-eat Chinese food buffet. That they have crab legs once every 2 weeks, and I'm good with that. I'm fine. But I hope everything has been going well with House of Heat. I know y'all are coming off some great events in recent history. Do me a favor, give us a recap.
Oh, boy. I think the last time we were actually hyping up the Game of Thrones tournament, I believe was the last time that I was on here. And that, much like a lot of the shows, changed the landscape of House of Heat Pro Wrestling. We crowned the inaugural House of Heat Pro Wrestling Women's Champion in Alley Catch.
Right.
And she has been an absolute tear as of late, and not just at House of Heat Pro Wrestling. Anywhere she's been dominating. She's really been fortifying her name, and she's already been a top star in the business for a very long time. And I think now she's in a position in her career where a lot more eyes are being placed on her, and more people are starting to see her for the immense talent and hard worker that she is. And very lucky to have Allie here at House of Heat Pro Wrestling. She has been truly an invaluable asset to us.
Oh, I can only imagine when you have the right person who is uber talented, not to mention good on a microphone and able to convey the message that you want to convey for the company. It's like, yeah, 100%. I'm there all the way across the board. Now, your upcoming, I will go ahead and say, has had a little bit of a twist on it as far as the women's championship being defended, right?
It has. Originally, it was booked. Layne Luck was going to be the next challenger to Alley Catch for said House of Heat Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. Unfortunately, we're also in a world where the WWE ID program exists, and that does take priority because that is her future, and that is something that by no means should she miss. And look, I'm happy for all the success that Layne is having. And because she is a prominent figure, she is the WWE ID Women's Champion. She does have other commitments, higher priority commitments than us at this time. And look, she's on a tear as well. So, I mean, we'll get that match. We'll get that match made up. We'll get it in the ring at House of Heat at some point. But Layne's got business to attend to elsewhere, and looking forward to having Layne back. We did find a more than suitable replacement for Layne in Ashlyn Alexander, somebody who is also rising in the ranks of independent pro wrestling, a tremendously talented professional wrestler, not just a woman's wrestler, but all-around professional wrestler. You can put her in there with girls. You can put her in there with the guys. It's not going to matter. This girl delivers when she is in the ring. And I truly think the fans of Lafayette, Indiana are going to be in for one heck of a treat come Saturday, June 27th.
You took that last part right away from me on that one, because we were actually speaking about the upcoming live event set for Saturday night, June 27th, Scorch The Throne. Love the title on that one, man.
Thank you.
Well played.
It was very, I think it fits really well, because for some people that may not know, Josh Crane, who was the former House of Heat Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, suffered a tremendous collection of injuries. He had a torn rotator cuff, tore his labrum, and torn his bicep. And Josh is going to be out at best case scenario, a year. Mm-hmm. And with that, Josh had to relinquish the championship, and we had a very tough decision to make within House of Heat as to who would compete for this championship. And we had gone with Sage Phillips and Eric Dillinger. The hottest rivalry in all of independent wrestling right now was Sage and Eric Dillinger, and they met in a brutal and a very bloody I Quit match that Eric did walk away the new House of Heat Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, and he is going to be defending said championship in the main event against Mance Warner.
Now, Mance has been all over the place as of late, as well as another person that you have featured on the shows, leaving that one for another discussion. But, when you have someone like Mance, it's like, I'd love to have the frequent flyer miles right now, personally. It's like so many different places and turning in performance after performance. And that this upcoming match is going to be one that's going to leave people talking. And it's like, this is one I waited out when you first sent me all the material for the show. And I'm sitting back going, this is one of those matches where there's not a clear cut advantage, whether it be in experience level, whether it be in skill set, move set, all of the above, all the different intangibles in play. It's like, and it comes back to one particular phrase that I do for not only for pro wrestling, but MMA, boxing, football, every other sport. This is why we play the game. You can run simulation after simulation. You can run 100. You might have 50 going one way, 50 going the other. So that 101st is going to be on Saturday, June 27th. Mm-hmm. Where it takes place for everybody to see. Go ahead.
These two are they're no strangers to one another. They've not ever met one-on-one. That is the other thing. This is the first time Eric's getting a shot and Mance is getting a shot at Eric. It's going to happen in the main event, and their roots go back well beyond this upcoming matchup. Both have tie-ins with the legendary King of Indiana, the original King of Indiana, Billy Rock. They were so prominently featured in the state of Indiana, just not in Lafayette, but all over the state. They were featured in many high-profile matches together. And it's awesome to see for the very first time what Eric and Mance are going to be capable of doing in the main event at the highest stakes imaginable for the House of Heat Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
And that's not all when it comes to this show on the 27th. You've got a stacked card all the way top to bottom. Plus, you've got a situation in play. I believe you started to allude to it where someone, I'm just going to lay it out. Someone's going to be making some very prolific comments regarding their future.
Yes, and that said individual is Sage Phillips, the individual that came up a little bit short in the I Quit match against Eric Dillinger. And I'm very interested to see what Sage is going to go out there and choose to say and what route he is going to follow. He is certainly at a crossroads right now in his career, because the other important thing I want to mention in the main event now, the I Quit match, that was the final encounter between Eric and Sage. And now Sage's path to the championship has to run a different course due to Eric Dillinger being the world heavyweight champion at this time. Sage has been one of the pillars of this company. He has been here since the inception of House of Heat. To my knowledge, I think he's only missed maybe one show in our 2.5-year existence. The definition of dependability, reliability, and look, I'm eager to see what Sage is going to do, what he's going to say.
When's the DVD coming out? I'm kidding. It's like DVD in 2026. Is this still a thing? Yeah, I think it might still be every once in a while.
Maybe Blu-ray.
4K.
4K?
We'll do the Steelbox edition.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, I like that idea personally, but also coming up on the 27th, you got a one-on-one matchup. Connor Hopkins, Dale Patrick. Give me a little bit of insight.
So Dale is the man. I love Dale Patrick's to death. He works incredibly hard. He's another one of those School of Rock trainees that Billy cranked out and made a whole main event scene for the state of Indiana. And Dale is freshly back from, I believe, his second, maybe third tour of Japan. Went over there, had a very bloody, violent, and successful stint in Japan. And Dale's back home now. And Connor Hopkins, look, this young man may be quite possibly the best kept secret in all of independent wrestling. And I don't think enough companies are taking notice of how good Connor Hopkins actually is. He had a great showing in his debut at House of Heat against Mance Warner, ironically. He came up a little bit short in that, but now he's getting a shot at one of the biggest names in Indiana professional wrestling, in Dale Patrick's. And this is a match that really can crank up the success rate and the trajectory of your career. But I truly do wish more people would watch Connor Hopkins matches. He should be booked truly everywhere that's important. He is a remarkable athlete, remarkable talent, and quite possibly, I think him and Dale very well could steal the show.
And I would like to offer the apology for the Freudian slip on this one. I knew that there was an S on the end of Patrick's, but I'm going to say this with all due respect, and there is quite a bit, so let's put this one out there. I am so used to the sportscaster, Dan Patrick, that the S was there. I saw the S. I recognized the S, and I still didn't pronounce the S. That one's on me. I apologize.
You're okay.
So it's funny. You got Dan Patrick and Dale Patrick's. There is an S there, Eddie. Enunciate. Okay. Thank you, Screech. Rest in peace. You never know what reference you're going to get from me on this show, do you, Scott?
Not at all.
He's over there shaking his head going, yeah, I know. And believe it, no caffeine, no sugar, running on water. There's a green monster in my future right after I kill the fettuccine Alfredo that the roommate just stuck his head to tell me it was in. So that's what happens at Studio 35. Now, another one-on-one match coming up on the 27th. Let's go for it. Aaron Atlas and GPA.
You know, it's funny that we're talking about Aaron Atlas because he's been making quite the waves in the last 24 hours. Him and his twin brother, Austin, just had a tag team match on AEW Collision against a combination of the Rascals. I believe it was Zachary Wentz and Myron Reed, I believe was the combination for that matchup.
Okay.
Look, Aaron Atlas is somebody that, again, he falls into the same description as what I just said for Connor Hopkins. And AEW used him last night in one of their matches alongside his brother. Good showing. They came up short. I mean, the Rascals are one of the best tag teams out there. But again, Aaron is on his way up in the business. Aaron has got a bright, bright future ahead of him. He has worked very, very hard to get where he's at. Now, Aaron is in a little bit of hot water with Marino Tenaglia.
Okay.
Give you a little bit of backstory and lore here. At the last show, Marino was unable to make it. So under the Freebird rule, Aaron Atlas defended the Intensity Championship against David Ali. And Aaron lost to David Ali. Now, the little bit of salt that goes into this wound here, the stipulation attached to the Intensity Championship, after your third successful defense, you may cash that championship in and become the number one contender for the heavyweight championship. Had Aaron Atlas won, it would be Marino instead of Mance Warner going after Eric Dillinger.
Ooh.
However, not only is Marino no longer the number one contender, he is also no longer the Intensity champion. So the entire trajectory of his career took a complete 180 at the last show.
Absolutely love it. I love that you even brought out the Freebird rule in this particular one. So for me, it's like, you know something? A lot of people may not be in the calendar year 2026. Not everybody has become acquainted or reacquainted with the Freebird rule. But when you have that grouping that is that close together, so lo and behold, it's like, because Freebirds are still one of my favorite factions and favorite teams of all time. I don't know if you'd ever really call them a faction, but you'd actually call them a team. And from there, it was like, it didn't matter, because I remember when it was originally Michael and Terry before Buddy was added. And then you had Buddy added on. Michael took more of the front man role, because I know he was experiencing back trouble. But once again, you had the combination where any of the three could defend the tag team championships as they were champions at any point in time. Didn't matter if it was Georgia or Mid-South or World Class or any of the other organizations that they worked. As long as you had that in play, it's like, no, the Fabulous Freebirds won the championship. So any two of us can defend those titles at any particular, which gave them that advantage. When it comes down to it and you have that singles title in play, it's like, there's so much that can go campy on that. And it's like, and unfortunately, that situation got upended.
Everything that could have went wrong for Marino in that match, 100% went wrong for Marino in that match. And look, I don't know what the fallout is going to be for Aaron Atlas. I can't even remotely imagine how angry, upset, disgusted Marino is at this current point in time with Aaron Atlas. But Marino is returning to House Heat Pro Wrestling at June 27th, Scorch the Throne. So we will see very quickly where Marino Tenaglia stands in his emotions and thoughts on Aaron Atlas.
You've got a total of how many matches on this particular outing?
That we have announced 4.
Notice there's an asterisk in there, kids. We've still got a couple of weeks.
I would like to think that the fans have caught on by now that we try very, very hard to deliver more than what we advertise.
Right.
So we can give the fans the absolute greatest experience and surprise factor in what they're going to see when they take the commitment to purchase a ticket for a House Heat Pro Wrestling event. Definitely expect the unexpected, because more often than not, that is at some point in the show, that is what is going to happen.
That is the nom de guerre. I get that completely. See, there are times, folks, when I will ask, are there any little exclusives that you'd like to drop? I also know Scott in this particular regard. If Scott is at a point where he will say, well, funny you should ask that, Eddie. And no, I'm not throwing in the 5 o'clock somewhere reference. Thank you, Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett. But it's a case of, I know that when he's ready to drop that nice little additional, he will. And if I'm lucky enough to have it here on the show, that's great. I love every second of it. But I also know there's going to be some things that are going to be House of Heat social media and website exclusive. And you know something? As he just does the motion to tip his hat without wearing a hat. I got 3 over there. I'll go grab one in a minute. Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I'm prepared.
As long as it's not. Hang on. Sorry, kids. We're doing this live. There you go. A gift from one of our liquor reps last night. Tito's in the fedora. Like y'all can really see what's going on right now. I just brought out a hat that was a gift last night from one of our liquor reps. It is a houndstooth fedora with the Tito's band on it. So that should give you a good, accurate description of the hat itself. I can't put it on when I'm wearing headsets. If I was using in-ears, I could actually do that. That's why the hat lasted a second and a half. Oh, let's do this real quick, if I may. Mm-hmm. Tickets and availability for Saturday, June 27th.
Front row, not an option. It is sold out for front row. We do have general admission remaining. That is $20. We also will have those available at the door the day of the show. In addition to Eventbrite, you can always get House Heat Pro Wrestling tickets on Eventbrite, and we are running a special on House of Heat Pro Wrestling Eventbrite Scorch The Throne. We're doing a 2-for-1 ticket value.
Really?
2 general admission tickets for the price of 1.
Nice.
That is exclusively on Eventbrite. The other thing that we always offer, because again, we try to pride ourselves on being affordable for families, family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. Always going to be an offer for all the fans. That is still going on as well. But front row at this time is sold out. Yes.
Wow. First off, kudos on front row being decimated and sold out. Second off, I still love that family 4-pack for the GA seats. Absolutely love every second of it, because this is something that I've said for a long time, and I'm not going to bring up another company in this regard. The longtime listeners know how I feel about a particular situation that comments were made. But when you realize the factor of families getting that night out and getting an opportunity to go out and enjoy a show like House of Heat, and for them to do something like this for that family 4-pack, it's just absolutely off the chart. I love it. And I appreciate companies. I appreciate Scott, y'all doing this. It's like, give everybody a chance to get out and about together for a little while and enjoy a good show.
Well, and also when we get to November, because we're going to run the November show, it's going to be close to Thanksgiving. Around that time, we do drop that family 4-pack price even lower.
Really?
Again, like Thanksgiving's around the corner. Black Friday's coming up. People are going to be saving for Christmas. Birthdays around that time. I want to make sure that the families can still come out and enjoy the shows and not have to worry, or at worst, make a decision like, I really want to come to the show, but I don't want to take away from getting stuff for like Christmas. I don't want to put any strain on families. So always are going to knock it down closer to the holidays, make it easier for families to come out and have a good time and add a little relief to the wallet.
Mark this in your GPS, folks, or on your map program. The North End Community Center, 2000 Elmwood Avenue, Lafayette, Indiana. If you want the zip code, we can do that too. I'm going to say this very clearly. Having kept track and having had the opportunity not only to speak with Scott, but to keep track of the recent events, because Scott has been kind enough to come on for the last few months when the windows have been open. Last time I openly stated that the communication situation was my fault. Oh my God, a radio host who actually admits when they screwed up. Okay. When's the last time we saw this? But that's why I wanted to make it a point to get, especially with a little bit of a window there. My normal for people is between 1 and 2 hours from that destination point. And that opens up a world of possibility, because once again, with fuel prices being a question mark right now, 1 minute they're up, the next minute they're down, the next minute they're back up. You need something in your life that is going to be at a reasonable price, that's going to give you a night's entertainment, that you're going to be able to drive back, whether it is 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and still have those good memories. That's why I say this event, Scorch the Throne, on the 27th. Once again, that's the North End Community Center, 2000 Elmwood Avenue in Lafayette. You've heard the tickets. They're reasonably priced, and it's going to be a loaded card. And if you really paid attention, he let you know without letting you know. There's going to be a surprise or two, maybe 3. I'll find out when you find out, because I'll be watching social media that night. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. I would love to be in Lafayette, Indiana, if I could.
Saturday. If you can get up here for Saturday, September 26th, I think that would be definitely worth the trip. That is when we're bringing in WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam and WWE legend Kelly Kelly for our big Muscular Dystrophy Association benefit show.
Now, I know that you had told me off air that you are going to be taking the month of August off, right? And coming back in September. July.
July off. Yeah.
Okay. And you'll be coming back in what month?
August.
Okay.
August.
So I got a little bit, that's on me. I apologize. So you're taking the month of July off, coming back in the month of August. What's going to be your August date?
29th.
All right.
Saturday.
Keep me in the loop. Definitely. Now, if I may, go ahead and let everybody know, here come the shameless plugs, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Sponsors for the event that you'd like to add out there.
Oh, Lord, you got me on that one. I was not prepared for you here.
This is
got the notes. I got the notes, though. I'm ready.
Fire away.
All right. So in no particular order, huge thank you to our sponsors at Big League Sports Bar, TikTok Tavern, Tier 1 Games, The Wrestling Guy Store Phoenix, Healthies, Wells Diesel and Automotive, Infinity Toys and Collectibles, Family Auto Connection, Rocky's Barbershop, Mad Mushroom Pizza, Wildside Smoke Shop, Sweet Yums Cupcakes, C&K Graphics, and big thank you to our TV sponsor, ISC Sports Network, where you can find all of the House of Heat Pro Wrestling shows, in addition to the YouTube page for House of Heat Pro Wrestling. ISCSportsNetwork.com is one of the hubs for House of Heat Pro Wrestling to watch any show that you may have missed.
Tell everybody that one more time in case they blinked, please.
ISCSportsNetwork.com.
And they can catch previous incarnations or previous live events from House of Heat through ISC. You mentioned YouTube. How much are available through there?
We are a couple of matches behind. I do not yet have the May show back from editing. So the editor for all of our shows is one of the ring announcers for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Right.
So there is a bit of a time issue between us. So Walker works very, very hard. He is very, very good at what he does.
Oh, yeah.
And he helps out tremendously. And very soon we'll have everything ready, ship it off to TV. So looking forward to getting that out there soon, because the main event was phenomenal. That a quit match with Eric and Sage. Again, these two men tried to absolutely destroy each other. They put each other through doors. They used chairs, Legos.
Ow.
Anything that was not nailed down. And they even tried ripping up the ring to use parts of the ring. Wild match. Fans loved it. And looking very forward to getting the actual ability to watch that match on tape.
Look, out of all the things that you mentioned, the one thing that makes me go, ow, Legos. As someone who has stepped on Legos before, oh, hell no, I'll wear combat boots and it'll still hear it going through that. I've taken falls or taken bumps on Legos before. No, never again. I'll take tacks and barbed wire before I take Legos again. Wrong answer. And you mentioned Walker. I do have to say I popped when he got the straight to camera shot during Dominion. When they cut the camera up to the booth. That was cool. And I made some references to that in the previous segment before you came on. Hats off to New Japan again on Dominion. Like I said, solid outing. Some nice curveballs being thrown yesterday, but I'll tell you what, here on the domestic front, I'm waiting to see what happens Saturday, June 27th, Lafayette, Indiana. Tell you what, go ahead and throw the shameless socials out. And if you're okay with hanging for one short second, we'll go ahead and take this edition of the show out together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
You can catch House Heat Pro Wrestling on the following social media platforms: Facebook and Instagram, House of Heat Pro Wrestling; on X at House of Heat Pro. We are also on TikTok, House of Heat Pro Wrestling. We got plenty of clips up on there as well. That is all of the socials we are on outside of YouTube. So, and again, YouTube, House of Heat Pro Wrestling.
Brother, always a pleasure. Hang with me for one short second while I take care of what's called shameless plugs. For yours truly, once again, the heart of the batting order having just wrapped up, I'm ready to do it all over again. Starting tomorrow night, Monday night, the Beer Hog in Pelham, 2408 Pelham Parkway, 6 p.m. start for your karaoke night. Beyond Ringside Live returns on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central, noon on the West Coast. They're still eating lunch out there sometimes. Just don't bother me if it's a tofu dog. Don't ask me where that came from. And of course, you got it. The heart of the batting order continues. Thursday nights, back to the Beer Hog, 6 p.m. start time. Friday nights, Barrister's Tavern, 9 p.m. start time. And of course, Saturday nights, 8:30 p.m. start time at the Brown Derby. Catch FastEddieLayne.com and all the social media for all the updates on your karaoke night and other things going on with yours truly. For the show at Beyond Ringside on Twix, Facebook, Twitter, X, same damn thing, Twix. Take your pick. Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. BeyondRingside.com is home, as well as ProWrestlingRadio.net. For those catching on replay, thank you. Of course, we are available pretty much everywhere you get your shows. Audible, Amazon Music, iHeart, Spotify, even though I still can't stand Spotify, and they know it too. Until next time, once again, back at it on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central. Folks, thank you for hanging with us. Once again, always a pleasure to have Scott Hulett on board from House of Heat Pro. Let's take it to the ranch for Scott Hulett. Say bye-bye.
See you guys.
He hasn't done this part of the show before. I'm Fast Eddie Layne saying, yes, I'm losing my voice and there's fettuccine Alfredo in my future. Join us right here next time as we all go beyond ringside. Bye for now.